Hi, this is the voice of Heidie Calero with another interesting economic capsule with a very relevant topic which has been discussed here in Puerto Rico. And I know that there are some legislators that have gone to U.S. Congress in favor of and lobbying in favor of Puerto Rico's implementation of the SNAP, Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program for Puerto Rico. And we currently have what we call the Nutritional Assistance Program, which is a block grant program that provides nutritional assistance to families with limited resources in terms of in U.S. territories such as Puerto Rico, Samoa, and the Mariana Islands. Its objectives are nutrition to these families with limited resources and prevention of obesity. As of fiscal year 2021, Puerto Rico received $2 billion in benefits, which are administered through a card of the Family Department in Puerto Rico. And this program cost $40 million to administer. SNAP, which is the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, is it's also directed to low-income families to complement their budget so that they can acquire nutritious foods essential for their health and well-being, and also prevent obesity, something that seems to escape many of us. If Puerto Rico were to qualify and we were to sort of make this scenario, what would Puerto Rico have received in 2021 had it been qualified for SNAP? Well, it would have received, instead of $2 billion in benefits, it would have received $3.8 billion, almost double what it receives currently. And its administrative cost would have been, instead of $14 million, it would have been $95 million. So let's look at this first table, which depicts for you SNAP participation, actual and then scenario if Puerto Rico were to receive SNAP participation back in 2019. The participating household units under the SNAP program would have been, or were, 723,435 units, household units, with 1,330,902 persons, individuals. So that's approximately 42% of Puerto Rico's population received NAP. Had they received SNAP, the household units would have increased by almost 15.9%, as you see in this table, and that would account for 838,418 household units. And in terms of individuals, it would have been 1,449,360, or close to 9% higher than it was in 2019. If we were to apply what they call the behavioral, the broad-based categorical eligibility, which is those initials that you see there, BBCE, which is really related to the complements of receiving or working at the same time that they receive these benefits, that would have implied that the participating household units would increase to 860,866, and individuals would amount to almost 1.5 million. That would increase to 47% of Puerto Rico's population in 2019 had they been qualified for SNAP, and that SNAP would have been implemented. But let's look at this objective of prevention of obesity. This graph depicts for you from 1997 through 2021, and it's an upward trend in the prevalence of obesity. So it doesn't seem that NAP is really helping in terms of that nutritious food that would prevent obesity. On the contrary, it really is rising. So I think that requires a lot of us introspection in terms of Puerto Rico should really be receiving that much in terms of food stamps, in terms of those federal funds. Well, question mark. Let's look at this next graph. For a family of three, this next graph depicts for you from January 2019 through July 2021 what they actually receive. The columns are the maximum benefit that they receive on their PAN, and the maximum SNAP benefit would be the dotted red line, and then the standard, that's sort of the average NAP benefit without hurricanes or special circumstances, would be an average of $315 on a monthly basis for a family of three. If it were a family of two, this next graph depicts for you the benefits of NAP versus compared to SNAP. And that sort of tells you that it would be, for a family of two, $250 on a monthly basis compared to $415 under SNAP. Let's look at the administrative cost and the benefits of this program of SNAP in terms of 2031 prices and in $1 million. This table depicts for you that in terms of administrative cost, Puerto Rico would be paying for this program of SNAP, once implemented, it would be $114.5 million, and the federal government would be paying all in all about $134.5 million. So this is not an inexpensive program. All in all, federal plus Puerto Rico in administrative cost, it would cost $249 million in 2031 prices. So that includes some of the inflation that it is speculated by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. But Puerto Rico would receive $4.5 billion in 2031 prices. So all in all, is it feasible that Puerto Rico can implement this? Is it feasible that that Congress will really provide Puerto Rico with this SNAP? Well, this next graph shows the implementation of this plan in years. It takes not 1, not 2, not 3 years, 10 years of implementation. And that requires regulations in Puerto Rico, it requires program design, it requires a lot of technology and information technology that needs to be recertifying and recertifying all these participants, as well as knowing what are the benefits and how you track all these families and the jobs that they will be working in. So all in all, it would take 10 years. Puerto Rico has not demonstrated that it is really avid and that it has all the tools at its tool chest to really implement such a program. And besides, one should question whether Puerto Rico should receive even more funds without working. SNAP does require work requirements, but do we really need federal funds to require people who receive nutritional assistance or any welfare assistance program? Do we need federal funds for that? I think that Puerto Rico should implement that, not necessarily with federal funds. So that's more or less what we are thinking today as we're recording this podcast. It's September 20, 2017. 6 years ago, we were right in the midst of Hurricane Maria. We were still in the midst of Category 4 and Category 5 winds. And Puerto Rico was devastated for many, many years and many months without electricity, in sound, in silence, and in darkness. And because of that, if you're interested, Calero Consulting Group prepared this wonderful study, private study on how Hurricane Maria forges Puerto Rico's economic future. It really tells you not only the devastation, but also the opportunities that are still available for Puerto Rico. If you are interested in, just send us an email to hcalero@hcalero.com. If you like our economic capsules, don't forget to go to YouTube, give us a like in the voice of Heidie Calero, subscribe to it, and don't forget, this is a service of Puerto Rico Economic Pulse. Don't forget, the economy is all of us. Thank you.